news and says we're on the verge of, I believe, of having full transparency in the process. We're on the verge of having the president do more declassification. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We need transparency. We need to know what's going on. You know, if they're already investigating corruption, it has to be transparent. Because, you know, we have to know who really is the corrupt. We need to have a full understanding of what the hell is going on. You know, especially if we're pointing fingers. You know, it's like what Donald Trump said. It's a witch hunt. It's like 1692 in Salem, Massachusetts. Girls pointing fingers at each other and calling each other fucking witches. It's fucking crazy. So, like, whenever Trump says, like, this is a witch hunt, he's, like, not... He's really not far off at all. At all. So, right after Trump, you know, starts his little declassification process, right? Fucking Federal Reserve comes in like they always do. Every time something happens, I swear to God, you have to pay attention to these patterns, people. Every time something happens, you know, the Federal Reserve comes out and says, you know what, we're gonna freaking raise interest rates, which that's what they just did again. Their goal used to be 3%, but it looks like that their goal is much less now. Now that we're seeing the deterioration of the market, see, you have to pay attention to that too. You see that the market started at in this year around like 26,000 something, points. We're almost hit 27,000. If we hit 27,000, I don't remember, but we came pretty damn close to it. And as that was happening, the Federal Reserve started their budget tightening, and when they say budget tightening, they're talking about raising interest rates so they can start bringing money back in, starting to release some of that debt, and which would be impossible to get rid of all of it. I mean, it's so huge, it's so huge, But what it is, really, it's an attack on the president. But not just the president, but of course, the people, because that's exactly who Trump is fighting for, of course. And so, anyway, they bring up just about 0.25 percent the interest rates, and they're all confident about it. That's what's so fucking freaky. It's like, every time you come out and you raise the interest rates, the stock market starts going down. Like I said, we started at 26,000, something, but we're at like 23,323. It's like, that's a lot. That's a lot. You need to pay attention. That's like 3,000 points. Over 3,000 points gone off the stock market. Guys, we're pretty much in a free fall situation. I don't know if you're paying attention. But yeah, it's because the freaking the Federal Reserve keeps raising the interest rates. So they're saying let's see, the committee, I believe, made a statement, and then in their statement it said, the committee judges that some further gradual increases in the target range for the federal funds rate will be consistent with sustained expansions of economic activity, strong labor market conditions, and inflation near the committee's symmetric 2% objective over the medium term. So they're really confident that they're going to be putting in more hikes. See, they had projected that there was going to be about 3 or 4, I believe, next year in 2019. But now they're saying they're only going to be doing 2 rate hikes. But it's because you see how much damage it creates. when every time they raise the interest rates, and it's because the economy is not solid. The reach of the dollar is like saturated and it's terrible, and the whole system just works on debt, and people's credit is like expended. They're trying to find different ways to raise people's credit just so they can use more. It's so crazy. Like now they're saying in 2019, if you have a bank account, your credit score is going to go up if your bank account has not gone negative within like 1 to 4 months. I can't remember exactly a number. I think it's actually maybe 3 months, but something like that. So anyway, so they're just playing a little game, pushing numbers, and they're expecting to keep pushing this to 2020. So it's weird that they just set dates and everything, and it's just weird and freaks me out because it's just like they're telling you right there like how much they think the deterioration is going to last, or how much it's going to go into, or how long it's going to take to actually make the market, go and to, die off. Because that's essentially what they're doing. Every time Trump does something good, like, they come out and it's like, okay, well, more poison in the Kool-Aid, Well, no, actually, the thing is, it's like they're taking away what, economists call, this easy money, heroin. It's like heroin. It's like people are addicted to this easy money, with credit and everything. And so, like, as we are pulled off of this, and as they pull and stop the easy money, it's like the whole country, the economy is going to go into like shock, and that's what's going to cause more of the plunge of the stock market and everything. It's already starting. And, like, it shows that they're trying to do it in a gradual way, but you can't just do it gradual. Because, as you can see, they've had to slow down and slow down and slow down and slow down. Because it keeps happening faster and faster and faster. I mean, at this point, it used to be, like, 300 points or 200 to 300 points. Then it increased to like 300 to 400, and now it's at like 500 and exceeding 700 points of drops in the stock market. It's fucking nuts. and not even that, but hold on, like, I'm getting ahead of myself. But anyway, so they said that they're going to keep debating on where they're going to stop this as the process keeps going along, because they of course they make theories and everything, but then like when reality hits, it's like way worse. I mean, this happens all the time. The Fed can never even like catch recession before it happens, and it's like we're way deep into recession before the Federal Reserve is like, hey everyone, guess what? We're in recession, and everyone's all like, oh no, you don't say. Yeah, we're all fucked and shit. And people losing jobs left and right, places closing down. It's terrible. And I just like, every time I see like, like them saying even just 2020 to 2021, I'm just like, wow. Because it's gonna come down way sooner than that. It's gonna go way sooner than that. And then then they at the same time they're talking about a global financial slowdown. And it's like, yeah, the roosters come to fucking roost because shit's going down. Shit's going down. I mean, it's all these liberal policies and everything, and like these, all these liberal policies and all these fucking, globalist agendas and everything, trying to unite everybody. And what it is like moving wealth around the globe, and it's causing all kinds of chaos. It's just not. I mean, of course, trade with other countries is excellent, right? Cool. But, there has to be, like, representation. So, You can't just like leave it up to an organization like the UN or something like that. They don't have the best interests of the people at that level. They really don't. And so anyway, today the stock market, the Dow reached 24,035 points because, the government came out and said, hey, we're not going to do a government shutdown. The stock market loved that. So they reacted by pumping more money in. Okay? And then the Fed comes out and says, and then Trump, says he's going to declassify, and that's another big, Trump win. So then they put more money in. So we got up to 24,035 points. Like I said, excuse me, everyone, I didn't mean to burp in your ear. Oh my God, I'm disgusting. Oh, shit, I'm sorry. But, we're not all perfect, right? Jesus, I'm so sorry. Okay. And I'm not using the Lord's name in vain. I'm like, Jesus, forgive me, because I really did not mean to burp in your ear. Okay. Oh, yeah. Merry Christmas, everybody. Okay, so 24,035 minus... Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, so today's, 2435. But by the time the Fed got done doing what they're doing, the stock market dropped to 23,323. And it was like, Jesus. So we're about to figure out how many points did the Dow drop today. 23,323. Boom. 712 points. That is huge. See, that's what I was saying. It keeps on growing. Now it's at point where it's like freaking 700 point drop. That is not good. And this is what happens when you have an entity, especially a private entity, artificially manipulating your economy. Listen to these words. They are artificially manipulating our economy. That's not a good thing. Like this plunge protection team and stock buybacks by the Fed and buying back all these other things. Yeah, it's not a good thing. And it artificially inflates and makes bubbles. Remember how, like I said in last episode, in episode 8, Trump knows that they blow up bubbles, that this economy is a bubble. And that's why they're trying to use the economy against him. Because they were, like I said many times, my whole little thing, and I believe, is that they're going to put Hillary Clinton in, and then they're going to crash the economy, arrest conservatives and people who are free thinkers, instate political correctness as a real law and policy, making sure that people get arrested for hate speech. And I think that's still happening now, but, Trump was a little speed bump in their little plan. And, so right now he is fighting head to head with this, huge entity, because it is the Federal Reserve that is the big thing, the head honcho, the big source of globalism. It is globalism. That is the beginning, and it will be the end of globalism too. Once you destroy it, but it's destroying itself. Because Trump is, just like making all the right moves. Like he's saying, hey, stop raising interest rates. Stop raising interest rates. And what do you see in articles right now? People are saying, oh, Fed is defying the Trump. The Federal Reserve is defying the Trump. The Federal Reserve is defying Trump. And so, now, of course, the Federal Reserve will be probably audited at some point. Because they're fucking just trying to go all ham on us. and, you know, just trying to fucking destroy us. But guess what?
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.